Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to create variable products in Woocommerce. And this is something that a lot of my clients ask me about, and it can be quite difficult to explain through email or over the phone. So I thought I'd record a video sort of explaining it. Now, variable products did also take me a while to get my head around, but essentially what they are is they are products that have different small variations in them that the user is able to select, and that might change things like the price. So a good example might be something like an art gallery that sells prints, and those prints come in different framing options. It could be different framing sizes and different framing colors. So the user would then go through, select their different options, and a different price they would arrive at. And traditionally the way you'd have to do this is by creating a whole bunch of different single products, but rather than doing that in WooCommerce, we're able to actually create one master product and just create variations of that product. So firstly, I'll show you how variable products work. The first thing you have to do is you have to create an attribute for the product. Now, an attribute is a particular characteristic that the product has that varies between the different products. So in this particular case, we're looking at a website for a gym, and they're selling training packages. So first thing we do is we go to products, and then we go to attributes. And so in this particular case, they've got different training levels. To make it easy, I'm just going to create a basic attribute. We'll call it something like training levels, or yep, that will do. So what we might do in this particular case is we might set it up for somebody like, say, a CrossFit gym, where you might go once a week, twice a week, or every day of the week. So your terms, these are the different options of an attribute. So to edit those terms, we go to configure terms, and we're going to create new terms for the different training levels that exist. So the first one might be 1 day per week. We can leave everything else as is. Then we might do 3 days per week. So these are the different options that the user would select when they're looking to purchase the product. And so we can have different characteristics depending on what they select. So we'll make the last one every day of the week. Okay, so now our terms are set up. We need to then transfer them across to the variable product itself. So to do this, we might create a new product. And I think we might just call it something like CrossFit Challenge or something like that. Now I'm going to skip through all the other stuff that you normally do when you create a product, like adding the thumbnails and setting the categories and stuff like that. The first thing we've got to do that's important, we need to set up as a variable product. So we do that, and then what we do is we go down to the attributes, and we need to then apply an attribute to this product. So in this case, we're going to use training levels. So we go to add, so what this is going to do is then add this attribute to this particular product. Now we need to choose which terms apply. So a cheat, if we know that all the terms are going to apply, we just go select all. But for example, if this product was only going to be available in 1 day a week and 3 day a week methods, then we'd go like that. But for this case, we'll put them all in. So then what we also want to do is tick the box that says used for variations, and we go to save attributes. Now I don't really quite understand why, if it's a variable product, you still have to tick used for variations, because you couldn't set up any variations if it wasn't, if you hadn't ticked that option. It wouldn't work anyways. But I think it's probably because you can have attributes and just show them and not necessarily use them for the variations on that product. I can't really imagine when that would be the case though. So what that's going to do is that's going to then apply those attributes to this particular product. Alright, that's done now. So now we go to variations. And what we now need to do is create a variation for each attribute term. So in this case, there's 3 different training levels, so we'll have 3 different variations. So one thing that you can do is you can add them individually, or you can go to create variations from all attributes and click on go. And what this will do is this will automatically just create them for you. This is really useful if you had like more than one attribute. Say you had 2 different attributes with 3 different options in each. You would actually end up with 9 different variations of the product. And this is cool because it would then go on and make them all for you. So a case when that might happen is, say, going back to our example with the art store, they've got the different framing sizes and they've also got the different framing finishes. So you would have something that comes in the small size, and it could also be black, white, or no frame. And same with the 3 different sizes. So you would end up with 9 different variations of the product. So now that our variations are set up, we need to change the price for each one. So we're going to make this one $20. And these are essentially mini products. So we can make this one $40, and we can do any manner of variations here. In this particular case, we probably would make these products virtual because there's no actual physical product that's sold. You can also set sale prices. You can also have a different image for that variation. You can also have a different description that will only load when that variation is set up. Cancel that. Nope. Wrong little thing. So we'll make this one 100. Make it virtual as well. And I should just make that other one virtual. This isn't essential, but it does help. So now we just go to Save Changes. And so now we have, rather than having a single product, we have a product with 3 different variations. And the user can then select what type of training level they want, and their price will change depending on that. So you can probably see now, so I'm just going to publish it, you can probably see now how I said that in the past you would have had to create 3 different products, whereas now with the variable products, you only need to create 1 master product and just make small changes with the variations. So in this particular instance, I didn't bother setting anything else up. I didn't bother setting up like the images of the variations, but there is essentially no limit as to how the variation can differ from the parent. But I figure that if it's going to vary so much from the parent that it's almost a different product, then you may as well just probably set that up as a separate product. But if it's just a small variation like the price and the image, then obviously that's a very good use for variable products. So now we're just going to view the product itself, and you'll be able to see the different pricing options. So what Woocommerce will do out of the box is it will, there's no image here, we've got different training levels. So you'll see that the price starts from $20 and goes to $100 depending on the training level. So if I choose 1 day a week, you'll see the price is $20. If I choose 3 days a week, the price is $40. Every day of the week, it's $100. And that's it. That's how you set up variable products. And so there's really no limit as to what you can and can't do with these. You're not limited to different training levels for your attributes. It could be anything. If it's a t-shirt, it could come in different colors and sizes. It's essentially any variation of the product itself where you want the end user to be able to choose. Alright, so that was how to set up variable products. If you have any questions, just leave them in the